Hi, and welcome back to the AI Lunchbreak series. Today we are talking about how to create professional looking images for your small business using AI tools. I'm Kathy Ballack. I'm your regional AI specialist and lead SBDC business advisor specializing in marketing. So let's jump into images with AI. So today we are specifically going to cover 4 image generation tools plus better prompting for AI image generation. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And while I do that, I just want to talk about why visuals are such a big deal in marketing. Articles with visuals with every 75 to 100 words are shared twice as often. And high quality visuals can boost website traffic by up to 400%. So we're talking massive numbers. So no matter what platform you use, if you use Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, even on your website, everything, images can help your business stand out and be more professional. So I do want to mention one downside with AI images. First of all, they still are far from perfect to get exactly what you want. But most important, they don't replace real images of you and your actual products. So that remains no matter what you do, super important. But AI images are a great complement to those other things that you do. So today I'm going to walk through some of my favorite tools step by step. I'm going to cover, like I said, 4 tools. I'm going to demo examples for 2 imaginary businesses to make this more real. Gerda's Garden Center, a retail business, and Bright Path Bookkeeping, a professional service. So let's get started with the first demo. I've got Microsoft Bing open, and I'm going to use Microsoft, so Bing Image Creator. And to get there, I'm just going to click on Images, and then I'm going to hit Create. And here we are in the AI generator for Bing. And Bing is pretty much mostly free too. So you can do a lot with the free version. And so let's use my first example. Let's say Gerda's Garden Center wants an image to promote its summer sale. Gerda's will use the image on the website and in its social media posts. So I've created a prompt already. This is a really basic prompt, a garden center with flowers and plants on display and a sale sign. And I'm going to go ahead and create that. And I told you I'm going to do 2 demos today. So in the meantime, let's also do Bright Path Bookkeeping, my second one, because these take a little bit of time to generate, right? So again, I wanted to show you from Bing. I click on Images and I click on Create. And here I am in the image creator. And then I could describe what I want. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to create a really basic image. I'm going to do a friendly bookkeeper added. Oh, it's supposed to be at a desk. Let's see. It should probably know what I'm talking about, though. It's AI. It's pretty smart. So here's what I got from my garden center so far. I got some ideas. It's making some expectations of what it is. But I can make it, maybe start trying to make it a little bit better. We've got a sale sign, some sale signs. Those aren't bad. They're just, they're not realistic looking, but they are, they do work, right? So sometimes we can start making things a little better. So I'm going to go up our level with the prompt and put in a photo of an outdoor garden center filled with colorful potted flowers and lush green plants, a large wooden summer sale sign, so being a little bit more specific on the sale. In the foreground, warm, sunny lighting and cheerful mood. Again, this one made already pretty close because this is pretty much what a standard picture would look like, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click go on that, and let's see what we get this time. So the things I'm changing that I'm trying to get in here are a few improvements, and I'm going to do it on the other one too. From this one's still going. There we go. It's not there yet. Sometimes we have a little bit of time. So the image, the improvements I'm looking to do is create more of a setting or background to this. So such as the outdoor garden center, so outdoor, any kind of things I can add, some adjectives to clarify the tone, lush, cheerful, and what I'm looking for. So I said, the medium, in other words, in this case, a professional photo. Let me close these two because it clicked onto those whenever And this is still going. Thank you for your patience. It's taking a little while. So sometimes we're stuck with a little bit of waiting. So let me finish with the basic 7 things that I want to see you doing. So as I mentioned, number one, you want to describe what you want. What is the subject? um, the main thing that you want to see in the photo. But you also want to describe the setting, or number two, the setting or the background. Where is it taking place? Number three, the tone. So what is the tone and the mood? Lush, cheerful. Number four is the medium. So in this case, the professional photo. Would you want a line drawing? Do you want a professional photo? What are you looking for? And then some other final things that we're missing still. If you notice the prompt in here, what I don't have in here, and that we can do to improve this as well, is going to be things like the perspective or angle. Do you want eye level? Do you want an aerial photo? What are you looking for? Is it a landscape, far in the distance? And colors. I said cheerful mood, so it will probably do a pretty good job, but it's not going to be exactly perfect. And for some reason, they are being really slow today. So if this continues this way, we will come back to Bing. Just funny because I was just using them right a minute ago. So we had our first photos. I put in a prompt to upgrade this a little bit. This one still has my most basic prompt. And I do want to start improving those. But if I can't do those yet, we can come back. And this just happens. Again, we're using AI, we're using technology. And it's one reason why I always say, also have multiple tools, because sometimes things will happen. The one day, I taught, we had ChatGPT down. So things happen. So, and the other thing before I move on about the actual prompts, is that I can absolutely improve this. For example, my better prompt, if this one finishes going, um, and it's because it says 0 out of 15, maybe I did too many prompts already today. I could do something like this, and this would be about as long as I would want to get with a prompt. A professional photo of an outdoor garden center pathway lined with colorful blooming flowers and terracotta pots, lush green hanging plants, and decorative garden tools. Because as Gerdas, we sell terracotta pots and decorative garden tools, right? So at least I'm going to try to make it more like what I want to see. A large rustic wooden sign reading "Summer Sale 30% off" is prominently displayed in the foreground. Warm, sunny, warm golden sunlight, cheerful and inviting atmosphere, and vibrant colors shot from an eye level perspective. So this is where I want you to start thinking about your prompts and how you're going to get more precise about what you're going to get with your images, is providing enough details, not going super, super long, because it can't deal with that either. And so this is where, for most of the tools, you're going to probably find more of your comfort level. Sometimes you don't need this, right? Sometimes you're sitting here thinking, I don't know, just give me something to start off with, and then you'll figure it out. But it is helpful to know that. And let's check on our other one. Our other one's taking a long time too. So we will come back and we will revisit those. Um, but once you get what you want, you can download it. And again, this is Microsoft Bing tool, so it's a really good one. But just sometimes things slow. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for that first demo to finish baking, and we'll come back and visit it, let's move on to Canva. Canva lets you generate images and design materials all in one place, which is why I like it. It's where you can create materials of all types, like posts, flyers, banners, everything you need. I talk a lot about Canva because it's my favorite marketing and graphic tool. We already had a Canva workshop, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and I covered the editing tools, including background remover, background generator, magic eraser, and magic edit. So we won't do those again. You can always go back and watch the show on YouTube. But one caveat with Canva is that most of the AI tools come with the paid version, but I still cover it because, again, this is one of your best values. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing we were doing over here, which is have two things going. So I'm going to start off with Gerda's Garden Center. And this time I'm going to say I want to do a presentation slide. Let's say I'm doing a presentation on garden pests. So I'm going to choose presentation. And I'm not going to use one of their templates over here. I just want to start fresh. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to click on, here we go, it popped up automatically, Magic Media. And I'm going to put in this prompt here. Whoops, went away. There we go. Um, and by the way, with Canva, I mentioned where you want to find a level of comfort with how much text you can have. You can put less text in the Canva prompt. So if you want to get as detailed as I was in this one, for example, this may not, this would be probably the maximum you can put in Canva if that will fit. It is much more limited. Where did my prompt go? I don't know where that went. Oh, there it is. All right, so I've got this in there, professional. So I'm going to go ahead and generate and get that going. And I'm also going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to give you two examples at the same time. And I'm going to do presentation here too. Again, I could do a template, but I don't want to. I just feel like doing directly an image. So and I'm going to do a similar thing here. I just want to use Magic Media. If you can't find it, it's under Magic Media. So I can start putting the image in. And again, this is as long as it's going to typically take. I put a high res professional photo of a young ethnic couple sitting at a modern kitchen table, looking worried while reviewing their small business accounting information on a laptop. Bright natural light coming through the window, clean and contemporary. Just give it some enough information so that you know what you want. And I'm going to click generate. In the meantime, there we go. So we've got some of our images coming through here. And I can click on them, see what I like. You know, I want something, let's see, maybe I like that one. That should be pretty good. So let's say I'm liking this one and, oh, this one was different. How did I not get the gopher? I thought I said a gopher. Did I put a different prompt in? I wanted a gopher. Let me give that prompt again. Well, here's where we got with this one with the bright, and here we are, there we are, with their worried people. Oh, I'm liking this one, right? You know, they're looking at their finances. Although I don't like how our eye line is not focused there. So sometimes it's hard, and we've got a little bit of, you know, crookedness, you know, looking a little bit funny there. Hard to get their same eye line. Maybe I like this one the best. This one or this one might be really good ones. So anyways, you know, but you're going to notice the main thing you should notice here with Canva is that you've got 4 results, which is really great. So let's go back to this, maybe this one. And I don't know what happened to my one with the gopher. So let me just try this one more time, the presentation. And I'm going to click on my canvas. And if it doesn't come up automatically, it did. I'm going to put this there. And again, I'm going to put the gopher in, see if I can generate my images. So while I'm doing that on this one, I'm going to pop over here and show you just 2 small things that you can do. I remember I covered how you can do background removing. If you didn't watch that, that will be in the other Canvas one. But there's a button here that once you get what you want, and you can click edit. And there's some great things that you can do here. One thing that I want to show you that I didn't show you before is Magic Expand. So let's say I had this picture but I want to really, I decided I want to cover the whole page. I can simply click on Magic Expand and I can click on that whole page and hit expand. And it's going to figure it out for the whole thing. So that one I can get going there, which is really terrific. I'm getting too many things open, aren't I? Let's close some of these. It's one of the problems. Sometimes some of these pop up, they pop up new browsers, and you've got all these browsers going. So here they are. You know, here they showed the whole. They created this. Like before, you get 4 options. Really great way of seeing this and seeing some. Oh wow, you know that's kind of cool, but I have no idea what that is. So, oh, I'm liking that. You know, I mean, of course, it has to look like my place. So, but let's just say I, um, that works, and I can go ahead and run with this. So really good ideas with Canva. Um, so I did the expand there, and then we can also do other things here. And I've got some kind of weird lighting here. So let's say for this one, I'm going to go in here, and again, I can hit edit. So all of these are your magic tools. So meaning your AI tools, again, background remover, background generator. So I can create a new background, magic eraser, magic grab. I wanted to show you magic grab because I don't think I covered that last time. And that allows me simply to completely check and click on something and grab it. And then I can change it. So if I don't like something in the picture, it will take it as a whole type of thing. And I'm just going to change this out and put in chandelier. Hopefully I'm spelling that right. Chandelier or chandelier, and generate again. And let's see if that gives me the right things that I want. But I can start swapping out individual parts of the elements so that when I get the wrong thing, um, oh, I should have put chandelier in background. So it's a little bit different. It's not going to work. It created a whole another image for me when I was trying to replace it. Anyway, it's going to allow you to do things. And let's say I don't like this, and I could just pick that up and move it. So I can do something. Let's say I wanted this plant to move. I can pick this up and I can move it over a little bit further to the end of the desks. So there's this thing called, again, um, the there we go. 1 second. And let's go into Magic Media, edit, and there again are your tools. So the things I just did, I did a magic expand to make one larger, and I did a grab, a magic grab, which allows you to select specific things. Let's say I didn't like this on the counter, for example. All right, so let's go ahead and move into the next thing I want to show you. So again, and close that. The third tool I want to talk about today is Firefly, which is by Adobe. It's really great for artistic styles and transparency. Now, unlike we use Canva, like I said, which it does have a free version, but the AI tools are very limited. Bing you can use that for free. Again, as you have, there are some other, I think still haven't gone. That's crazy. They must be having some kind of issue. Bing, which is largely a free tool that you can use. So a good one. And Firefly is pretty much a paid tool. So it is, once you sign up the first time, you get a free initial 25 credits, and then you pay about $9.99 per month, and you get 2,000 generative credits per month. But I cover this because Adobe has always been a top option, and it's one of the safest options you have when you want to use images for commercial purposes. It's super high quality, good for realistic photos. So if you want to know more about commercial use, I can cover that in the Q&A starting in 12:30. So just ask those kind of questions if you want. So in Firefly, what I'm looking to do is I can scroll down here and I'm doing text to image. So we have options. We can do text to video. We're going to cover video next week. So there's some different really cool things. Look at this, translate video. So pretty amazing stuff. But I just want to, this is images. I'm just going to cover a simple text to image. And you'll notice this changes what I've got here once I click on that. It's going to give me some options of what I want. And I'm going to take my prompt for Gerda's Garden Center. I'm just going to do a really simple prompt this time. And it works a little bit different with Firefly. I have art or photo. I'm going to choose a photo, but I can also choose kind of how I want things to be. So I have a woman repotting a ficus tree in a terracotta pot for Gerda's. And this kind of gives me some idea of what the perspective is. So this composition, this reference, I can browse the gallery. I can see what I'm thinking of. Again, I'm on photo, so I'm just going to browse and say, well, how do I want the perspective to be for for this image. I'm just going to click right about here and we're going to give this a try. And I'm going to now click generate. So there's other things down here too. There's stuff about line drawing, there's strength, etc. Some abstract for how things are arranged in shape. But I'm just going to go ahead and click this. I got what I want. So I chose photography. I chose approximately where I want things to be. And there we go. It's pretty fast. And look at the quality of these images. They are amazing. So I can say, wow, this is great. I can just choose the one I like. I can zoom in and see these are going to be pretty good high res photos. And it's because Adobe works a little bit different than the other one does. So I'm also going to go ahead and just while we're here, I want to put in one other one for Bright Path Bookkeeping. Whoops, hopefully I didn't close that. Okay, there we go. I'm just put it a flat design. I'm gonna do something different. This time I'm gonna do flat design illustration of financial charts with a smiling businesswoman, right? And no idea how this is going to turn out. But oops, before we get there, instead of coming from that screen, it's better to jump into here because now I'm in the right place. And so there's my prompt and here are my other controls and I'm not doing photo, I'm doing art this time. And it knew that. It could see flat design illustration, it automatically changed that. So let's see what happens when let's click this for a perspective of where we want to be. Strength, there's other things. Again, you can play with this. You can have effects, stuff like that. And I'm going to click generate on that one. So back in here, I'm on my first example again with Gerda's. And again, you'll notice with Adobe, I get 4 options, which again is amazing. So we had Canva, we also and when you have a picture you want, you can click on it. And if you don't see it, just hover over here or double click and you're going to see edit. And here, once you click edit, you can start making some changes. So here's some other things, generative fill, which means, what you're going to add to the image, generate similar. I could be like, this is good, but it's not quite right. I want more of these. And so you can do that. But you can also add text. And here's what I'm going to click. Let me just click on create social post so you can see what happens. So the first thing you should have noticed is that it opened me up in a new browser window. It's opening this up. And what it's opening up now is Adobe Express. And you're going to see the fav icon, right there. It's actually, I'm in a different place now. It's the image pulled over to Adobe Express. And the second thing you should notice is, yes, this looks a lot like Canva, doesn't it? All of them are really following the same thing. Canva has paved the way for others to do a very similar thing. So, and the third thing I want you to notice is, so in this part of looking like Canva, that there are several sections of places that you can do things. First of all, you have the far left, and this gives you place for adding things like text. So I can add text, or I can do templates. And so templates, if I want to, let's say, make something out of this, and I like that image, I can start adding something else, that I want to do. So some really good options. Let's see, start your horizons, Google Classroom banner. Oh, this is going to be so I can start doing changes and I could change out the image with this one, for example. So let's say I wanted to pull this picture up and I believe I can do it that way. Nope, it just replaced it. I will have to do it a different way. But anyway, I can just pull in this and then I could have, for example, put in the image that I wanted. But anyways, it's going to be a little bit hard to jump back and forth right now. So, and the main thing and I still have other things to show you here. So I'm going to click on this and here are so we have the outer area here. We have the inner left, and this gives us place to do things such as remove our background, erase part of things. Let's say I wanted to fill in something else there, remove a specific object and completely get rid of it. I don't want this thing in back here, for example. Insert an object, set, back. So there's all sorts of things we can do here. And and the things I want to show you right now is you can also take this and completely resize it. So I can take this image that I created and say, what do I want to create from it? Let's say I'm going to do a poster, and I can actually click resize. There's also themes about themes, animation. There's all sorts of other options here. But with a simple click, I'm clicking on the size, and you can see it's in the middle of busy of recalculating what to do. So really fabulous. And here, somewhere over here, we've got some things. Again, I didn't give it too much information, so I've got some flowers and stuff here. This was our illustration of financial charts with smiling businesswoman. I could have been better descriptive, right? And that's part of today's lesson is you're going to get as good as you put in. So having that kind of information and using the right tools, Firefly, great for this. And what's great is, again, using this for more commercial purposes, then you can use some of the other tools. You don't have to worry about that quite so much. Let's see. And then for my final demo, I see we're almost getting at time. And I want to show you one more tool, and that is Microsoft Designer. This is a really beginner-friendly tool. It comes completely free with Microsoft 365, which I have, and is a solid option available. You can see that design focuses around design plates here. So it's a fun tool that does simple things such as make a banner, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to choose, let's say I just want to do a simple banner somewhere, and I'm just going to choose this one. And I'm doing for Gerda's, and I'm going to do our sale again. I've got some print ready. Create a banner for our summer 30% off sale. And with the title, Gerda's Garden Center. And in the background, what do I want? Featuring, oh, there we go, terracotta plants, pots with lush plants in a faded minimal color block illustration. And I can click go. And so ready for that. In the meantime, I'm going to do one more of these as well for Gerda's. And I'm going to do a banner again one more time. And let's see which one I want to do here. Let's do Farm Fresh. And some of these have space for three, like these ones I'm using, but some of them will have more space for other things too. So when you hover over them, you'll see what they have. You'll see what they're creating in the style. So mostly this works a little bit different. What it does is you are choosing the style, and then you start creating. Where did my last one go? There we go. So there's Gerda's Garden Center summer sale, 30% off. So, maybe this was the one I like here. It just created something really simple. And where's bookkeeping? A little bit less exciting. Maybe if I want to feel really a little bit more corporate. But the thing I wanted to show you with this still is that you can still go back and edit it too. And here is where you can change your fonts. So I can choose and say, okay, no, my font, it should look more like this. And I can come in and change it and do some other quick changes that will really help me make sure what I want. So still some good options with all of these. So we are just about at time. We covered 4 great tools. Bing Images, which uses Dolly. And I still don't, let's see if we got my images. They still have not gone. So something's going on with Bing. Let's just refresh that and see if I can get anything going here. But this happens, so it's a good lesson for you. So Bing using Dolly, Canva. We had some great images coming up with Canva. There we go. Adobe Firefly. If you notice the high quality images with Adobe Firefly, again, some fun online, more artistic stuff as well. I did there. And then finally, we did some Microsoft Designer, which just quick banners for that. But you have a lot of options with that. So thank you for joining today's session. All right. Well, with that, we are at just after 1. I thank everybody for being here today. I believe next week is our video workshop, and that is so much fun. The video part even builds upon this, and you want to create some of these images that you can use in your video. So play around with this, take these and work with them, and I will look forward to seeing everybody next week. Take care.